Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today because guess what guys, we are going to be harvesting the Egusi melon that I have been experimenting with this year in my garden here in the USA in Texas zone 9A. We're going to harvest the Egusi melon, and then I'm also going to share with you how to get the seeds from the Egusi melon. In order to tell if your Egusi melon is mature enough to harvest, you have to look at the vine of the melon. It is ready when the vine starts to wither and turn brown. That's when you know that the the seeds inside will be mature enough. So you harvest when the vine of the melon of the gourd starts to wither. So just look at the vine. If it is still green, leave it alone. Still green like this, it's not yet ready. If it is brown like so, then it means that it is mature and ready for harvesting. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is my first time growing the Egusi melon in my Texas zone 9A garden, and I'm so happy to share whatever I learned. So guys, if this video adds any value to you at all, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate the likes and the interactions. So thank you for dropping a comment. So my Egusi melons are 6 months old and they are ready to harvest. Some of them, at least, as I have explained. You look at the vine, and if it starts to wither, turn brown, then it is ready for harvesting. The Egusi melon is a very close relative to the watermelon plant. Actually, another name for the Egusi melon is the wild watermelon, and the scientific name is Citrullus lanatus. And it is a member of the cucurbitaceae family. That is, it is a gourd. In Africa, it is cultivated for the seeds. The seeds are edible. The seeds, when dehulled, let me put it that way, are edible. The pulp of the Egusi melon is not edible. The pulp is actually very bitter, so the pulp is not consumed. This Egusi melon is culturally meaningful, of course, for many portions of West Africa and Central Africa as well. So tribe, these are all my melons that I have harvested, the Egusi melons. Now I am going to crack these open to let the pulp decay, and then I can easily get the seeds. That is how it is done. So I have prepared this area in the garden, okay, and I will show you what to do. If I did not want to get the seeds right away, I could just save the melons like this whole, and then it could last several months. So I have read. But because I want to get the seeds out, I want to get the pulp to decay, and then I can easily get the seeds out. Now you can do that two ways. You can get a knife and cut it open, but by using a knife you risk cutting some of the melon seeds, so we don't want to do that. All right tribe, the reason why we want to break open the gourd is because we want the pulp inside to decay. So by breaking it open, we are going to introduce some air, we're going to introduce some insects from the garden, some bugs from the garden that will facilitate that decay process so that we can easily get the seeds. If you let the melon stay whole, they can keep in storage for several months, but we want the seeds, and so we are breaking it open. Now, you can use a knife, but you have to be careful if you use a knife or a machete, because you can slice open the seeds, and we do not want to do that. We want the seeds to stay whole. All right, so these are my Egusi melons. I've cracked them open. The gourd is quite hard. This one I cut with a knife, just like really a very thin slice, otherwise you risk cutting the Egusi melon, which is why it is preferred that you whack it open instead of cutting with a knife, because if you don't know what you're doing, you might end up harming or destroying the seeds. Okay, so I'm going to let these sit here now, and the pulp will decay. Oh, and we're supposed to put the pulp side down on the ground for faster decay, I guess. So I'm just going to turn it around like this. It pops side down. Cut side, pop side down. Like so. Okay. So I went ahead and decided to cover the Egusi melon gourds with some extra sweet potato vines that I had from the garden. I had trimmed from the garden. It was growing really wild. And the reason why I did that is just to protect my investment, you know, from squirrels or any other animal. So after several days, the pulp is going to decay like so. It is not a bad thing. We want the pulp to decay so that we can harvest the seeds. So once the pulp decays, we are going to get the seeds and rinse them really good with water. We are then going to allow the seeds to dry before storage. So once the seeds are dry, you can save them to plant again next season, which is what I am going to do. And I would like members of this tribe to try growing the Egusi melon. All of what I have harvested came from one single seed. So yes, this is something I'm going to encourage you to grow. And if you would like to try growing some of the Egusi melon in your garden here in the United States, let me know. Drop me a comment. I will make the seeds available to you. Thank you so much for watching. Do not go without liking the video, subscribing, and sharing.